Hello, my name is Tiffany Thomas, and I am a graduate student at Grand Canyon University. I wanted to make a quick video that was regarding professional dispositions of learners. There are 10 specific ones that I have been studying, and those 10 dispositions are high expectations, a respect for the diversity of others, fairness, professional conduct, reflection, curiosity, honesty, compassion, advocacy, and dedication. And these are all dispositions that educators should possess in order to be a successful teacher. As when it comes to me personally, I feel like the top 3 dispositions I possess the most would be dedication, respect for diversity of others, and honesty. And in those, I feel that because I am truly dedicated to my students, I don't just go to work to collect a check. I really do care about my students, and they know that Miss Thomas cares. Miss Thomas is really here for me, and she wants to see me reach my potential and do my absolute best academically, that I've been able to ensure their academic success and just kind of open their eyes to their own potential. A lot of times you have to prune it out of a student because they're just so distraught and hard on themselves, and they just feel so neglected. And those are the students that typically will fall through the cracks. However, if they know that a teacher is dedicated, and that's one of my life goals as a teacher, is to make sure that my students know that I care at all times and that I will always be there for them. And I do that by being at work. I do that by ensuring that I give them every possible thing that they can need to truly grasp concepts that I am trying to teach them. And just basically setting them up for success in everything, whether it's a homework assignment, a test, whatever. Just making sure that they truly, truly, truly understand what is expected of them, so that they can work at their potential. So dedication, I feel, is definitely important because students want to know you care. They don't want to see, they won't trust you if they think you're just there for money. The other disposition I said I feel strongly that I possess is honesty. And that goes into building relationships with students and parents. Sometimes integrity can be compromised, and in those instances, especially like if you don't feel comfortable bringing up those hard to talk about topics with a parent of a particular student, then sometimes you might shy away from being completely honest with those parents when they come to talk to you, or you go to talk to them about their student's progress or where their child is, or even any concerns you may have, whether it be academically or personally. And so I feel like an educator should model that integrity in everything we do. So in my words and in my actions, I model how to be honest. Sometimes it's hard to be honest because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or you don't want anything to come across the wrong way. But honesty is always going to be the best policy. And so I feel like if students and their parents trust you and you uphold that standard of being honest and truthful, then you won't typically have any issues. And then lastly, just respecting the diversity of others. Not everyone is going to be like you. I know that I've taught in public schools and private schools, and I mean, the demographics there are night and day. And so not everybody is different, and just learning to embrace the diversity of others and learning to learn from other people. Believe it or not, we as teachers do not know everything, so we should constantly be in a state of learning. So embracing those differences, embracing those cultures, embracing what you may potentially learn from someone else will go a long way. As far as dispositions, I feel like I need to work on. Curiosity is definitely one of them. In the hustle and bustle of teaching and time allotments and scheduling, I don't always allow for active inquiry or even for students to use their curiosity and to be curious about certain subjects, because we've got to move on to A, B, C, and D. And so that's one of those things that I'm going to strive to work for towards in both now and in the future, is just accepting and embracing those teachable moments in the moment. I feel like these dispositions demonstrate a teacher's ability to understand their students, as well as all their quirks and their family backgrounds. Because when you take the time to pour into those students, they will open up to you, and you will be able to see the fruit of those seeds you're sowing, because they're going to want to work at their potential. They're going to strive for academic success because they want to celebrate those successes with you. So I feel like if you, as a teacher, possess those dispositions and really study them and take them to heart, then you will be a successful teacher. And also, another thing, you cannot go into teaching with biases. Any biases that you go in with, you have to let them go. You have to leave them at the door, because things aren't always as they seem or what you think them to be. So you have to allow for things to be different, and you have to allow for differences to be celebrated. And yes, there may be some things that you're just like, I don't feel like it, I'm not with that, or whatever. And you can correct those things in the moment, but don't go into teaching or education with any biases, because you will be miserable, and you're not going to learn. You're going to be shut off. And the point of being a teacher is not only to teach, but also to learn. As far as any feedback, as far as, yearly evaluations, observations, unannounced, announced, whatever it is, I feel like the feedback from those things also help to build a teacher's success, because they pinpoint those things that you are good at, and I call those your glows. They highlight those glows, but they also pinpoint your grows, the areas in which you need to work. And so I look at all those things. I look at observations, my post observations. I look at my annual evaluations. I look at just little notes that I might get left by my supervisor regarding something. If they popped in my classroom one day and noticed something and jotted me a little sticky note, I take all those things to heart, because I want to be the best teacher that I can possibly be. And in order to do that, I have got to be open to everything. I've got to be open to constructive criticism. I have to be able to take the good with the bad, and I have to be able to implement change where change needs to be implemented. So I just wanted to hop on real quick and just mention those things, talk about those things real quick. I hope you have learned from this video. I know I've certainly learned about myself more as I've studied these dispositions. Thanks for watching. Bye.